Hey everybody, Tanya from Shooting Star SVG back, and today I am going to go through an Etsy shop critique. So if this is your first time here, go ahead and click on the like and subscribe below, as that does keep me motivated to continue making these videos so that way you can grow your business and change your life. For those of you that have been following me for a while, you know that I like to do these Etsy shop critiques off of the cuff, where I go through a shop and look at 2 to 3 listings as well as the aesthetic and brand of the shop to try to increase traffic, sales, and that conversion rate. So I'm just gonna jump right in here, head on over to my computer screen, and we'll get started. So today I'm gonna be looking at Preetys Art World, and this is an Indian themed niche. I'm gonna go ahead and favorite her shop, and hopefully I didn't totally kill the pronunciation of her name, though I probably did. She does have a banner up. I would suggest that you create some form of logo. I'm not seeing one here in your thumbnail or your banner, and so that is definitely something that you want to situate so that way you can have some consistent branding with your shop. You do have a shop announcement and you have your shop sections filled out. It looks like these are all pretty good. They're very specific, so this will be fantastic for your keyword searching to hit specific queries that people may be searching for. Okay, and it looks like you do have a lot of different types of printables here. You have them, as the outline and colored, which is really good. The one thing I would suggest is definitely get that logo on there so that way you can stick it in these promo images, which I think are really great. You do show these on mock-ups, which is fantastic. And I appreciate that you have the outline versions and also colored in versions on this mock-up for the coloring pages as well. Just seems like the price points for these digital downloads may be a little bit low. I would say you want to keep them consistent. Like this one is $5.99. You may want to increase your other ones that have the same level of intricacy to that same price point. But overall, I think the aesthetic of your listings is very good. You're showcasing them in mock-ups. Once you get some sort of logo, you may want to just put in a banner about instant downloads or what file types you offer, which I'm unsure of at this point. I presume PDF or JPEG. It looks like you do have, 5-star reviews here and showing off some of the work, which is great. And you have a picture here showing off, your work. I think that's awesome that you've updated that. It's really, really cool and really, really pretty stuff. So good on you. I mean, this is super neat. I love it. You have your social media stuff here. You talk about yourself and the shop members, and you have all of your policies filled out. So congratulations. I do not see that very often when I go through these shop critiques. So great job in making sure all of that is filled out. Keep that up. You also do have your FAQ in here as well. Okay. So that's awesome. So I went ahead and chose 3 listings that I kind of wanted to go into. One thing that I did notice once I got into the second page, I think it was, is that you have some files that are actually physical products and digital. And I noticed that because it showed a free shipping banner next to it. So I would definitely recommend, and I'm going to click on this just so you can see what I'm talking about, that you do not include physical products in a digital download shop. Now, if you're making money off of the physical prints that you're creating and shipping out to people or fulfilling through a print-on-demand service, keep it up, but separate it from your instant downloads, because what will happen is people will click on this listing and they may very well think that they're getting a physical product based off of the free shipping tag for $4.99. You don't want to create that type of confusion because it's just going to be a customer service nightmare down the road. So I do recommend separating that out if that's something that you can do, or just eliminating the physical products in its entirety if you're doing well with the digital downloads, okay? So the first one that I chose was this Indian Royal Lady art print. I thought it was very beautiful. People already do have this in their cart, which is great, so you are making sales. You showcase this in several different types of mock-ups, which I think is awesome. And you also talk about it being an instant download, how to download it, and how you can print this out. So I'm looking at your title, and it is pretty keyword stuffy. You're separating everything with commas, which is okay, but sometimes that's a little bit difficult to read. I do recommend using maybe a dash or one of the lines on the keyboard so it looks a little bit cleaner. Either way, Etsy will pick it up if you separate it with a comma as separated values, so that's fine. I would recommend that you use the 3 keyword method when going through your titles. So reading the title that you have now, Indian Royal Lady Art Print, Printable Indian Wall Art, Indian Woman Painting. I would get rid of downloadable decor, portrait art wall pictures for living room, and just stick to these first 3. I think these first 3 are great. Indian Royal Lady Art Print, Printable Indian Wall Art, and Indian Woman Painting are 3 very good keywords. I would just keep the title at that, get rid of the rest of the fluff. Once you get that, you want to copy and paste that and put it at the beginning of your description, which you did here. You do have a link up at the top to order a physical print. Again, I would separate that if it is a different shop. You do talk about this being an original drawing by you, and talk about where it's suitable, which is great, and you explain your item, which is fantastic. You talk about how it includes 2 instant downloadable files without the watermark, 1 JPEG and 1 PDF, and your height and width at a 300 dpi. And you also offer custom sizes as needed for no extra charge. You talk about how to order. You talk about where to print. You do have the disclosure about monitor differences and actual colors may vary slightly, and that the image sizes are not to scale from your mockups. You have your copyright information in here, information about an instant download, terms of use, i.e. non-commercial. You can print and make as many as you'd like for your own use, and you cannot be used commercially. And then you talk about returns. Since this is personal use and you make it very clear that it's not non-commercial use, I don't really necessarily have anything else to add to this canned description. I think this is good, and I presume you use this on all of your digital downloads, so great job there. We're going to go ahead and check out the tags on this one. And it looks like it's actually the first one here, so I don't have to put this into eRank to look at it. So you do talk about, I don't know how to pronounce that word, so I'm not even going to try, but I presume it's a very targeted keyword for this. Fine art print. I would get rid of your shop name because that's just a waste of a tag. Ethnic Indian, women in sari, Indian woman art, Indian illustration, women painting. I would get rid of that. That is a very broad keyword that probably won't get you too far in search results. Printable Indian art, home decor, wall decor. I would make this one tag if you can and just do home wall decor, because Etsy will pick up each one of those terms and you can eliminate one tag. Colorful art print is very, very broad. You could leave that in if you want some diversity, but I don't think that that's going to help you really rank in the searches. And printable art you can leave. It doesn't look like you're matching anything from your title in your tags, so I do recommend that you get that Indian Royal Lady in there. Maybe printable Indian art, and oh, you do have printable Indian art, so good job. And then maybe put in living room decor. Definitely type in the keywords that you're using now and maybe see if there's anything additional that you might be able to use for this listing. But overall, I think the keywords are a good effort. You just want to get rid of some of that extra fluff in there, okay? And I'll mention the Etsy listing tag planner. I'll post the video in the link or up above. That way y'all can check that out. And since you're part of my Facebook group, you get that for free. So definitely take a look at that. overall, I think this is a really good effort. One thing I will note is you seem to have found a niche, which is fantastic because this is a very specific niche of wall art. So what will happen as you continue to grow and expand your shop listings, as you continue to create more, people will start associating your brand with that. And so when people are thinking of, you know, printable Indian wall art, they're going to think of your shop and they're going to want to go there because they know that you can provide what they're looking for, and they will recommend that to other people who may also be looking for the same thing. So I commend you for finding a niche. I personally am all over the place and don't really have one. So I always think it's fantastic when people have a very specific niche that they're working towards. So definitely keep that up, okay? The next one I wanted to go through was the coloring page pack because this is a little bit different, okay? And I see that you have these, you know, colored in and not colored in, which I think is great. So you're showcasing these images colored and not colored, okay? You also have this really cool image of colored and not colored. And you show some of these, like, I just think the way that you showcase these are really cool. And then you have your two promo images here also that are showing, you know, that it's an instant download and how to make that happen. So I see here that you use the slashes. The slashes definitely look better than the commas. And I don't know what a lot of these terms mean, so I'm presuming they're very specific towards your style of creating. So I think that this is good. Kerala, hopefully I didn't kill the pronunciation of that. Mural art coloring pages for adults. That's a really great long tail keyword for your title. I would get rid of digital art prints, I would get rid of downloadable coloring pages, and I would just leave it at 10 Kerala mural art coloring pages for adults, Indian theme printable coloring pack. And your title can be done. I think those two are killer. Once you get that situated, copy and paste that, put it at the beginning of your description, and you have linked back to coloring packs and back to your shop, which is great. And you talk about how to print these and that they're non-commercial use and that returns are not a thing. So that's good. We'll go ahead and look at the tags for this. Kerala, God bless it. Okay. Coloring pages, printable art, Indian god, Ganesha art, Indian art prints, coloring pages, adults, digital download. Get rid of digital download, get rid of your shop name, digital coloring, religious coloring, spiritual coloring, Kerala, mural art, adult coloring book. I would leave adult coloring book in there. Even coloring pages, and I mean, I maybe get rid of printable art because they're printing it, but they're coloring it. So you probably want to put some information in here about Indian coloring pages, and maybe do a keyword search for some of this more Indian theme words like this Kerala and see if anything pops up related to it and throw those in the tags. Overall, I think the tags are a good effort and you should be seeing some traction if this is something that people are going to be searching for. You may want to incorporate something that involves like relaxation and zen, because I find a lot of people who do color as adults are doing it as more of like a relaxation type of activity. So including some of that in your tags may be beneficial. So definitely go check out some keywords on Etsy Rank to see what pops up, okay? Overall, I think this is a really good effort, and it's very, very pretty work. So definitely keep up the good work. And this is just completely gorgeous. A lot of these bring me back to when I bartended in college. Some of this artwork, similar artwork was up on the walls where I bartended in this Middle Eastern restaurant, and it just gives me that same kind of feel. So that's really cool. And I see that you're showcasing here. So again, it's really important to have that logo so you can stamp it on the corners here. I see that you're doing the at your shop name. And that's all well and fine, but I definitely think a logo would benefit you in this case, okay? And then again, you have these describing, you know, what your item is. So that's good. Your title is not that bad. Punjabi Bride Art Print, printable Indian wall art, Indian woman painting. And then I would get rid of the rest here. Looks like you only have one available, so you may want to up your quantity to 999. Once you get this optimized, go ahead and copy and paste that and put it in the description. And it looks like you have that canned description describing the item and kind of moving from there. So that's good. And we'll go ahead and check out the tags and see. Punjabi. Okay, so you have some very specific tags here, which is good. Indian Desi, woman art, Punjabi bride art, fashion illustration, Indian wall decor. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Ugh. You guys are probably all laughing at me right now. That's okay. Madhubani ethnic art. I hope you correct me in the comments that I just slaughtered all of this. A woman in a suit. That is a very odd tag. I would get rid of that. Canvas painting, printable art, downloadable decor. Get rid of that. You could leave girl art poster, Indian traditional, brown girl art print. And I would get rid of your shop name. Brown girl art print may be a little racy. I don't think people are going to be searching Etsy for brown girl art print, and it's probably not a good tag to have. So I would recommend probably getting rid of that one. Aside from that, I don't think the tags are completely horrible. You just need to kind of hone in on what you're trying to tackle here as far as your audience and what you think your audience is going to be searching for. So that's what I have on your listings. Overall, I think that you have really great work, okay? It's very beautiful. You're showcasing it in a fantastic way. Now that I understand that these are hand-drawn, you definitely want to up your prices on these digital downloads because people are getting like one-of-a-kind work that they're not going to find anywhere else, that they can color or not color, depending on if it's a coloring page. But the stuff that you've created is completely gorgeous. So you definitely want to price it so that people understand that there's a unique find, okay? And you can do that after you've been open for a little while. The other thing that I would recommend is definitely work on your branding. So you want to get a set color scheme, which I can post a video up about color palettes and tools that you can utilize to do that. And definitely get a logo so that you can utilize that on your promo images, okay? Like I said, definitely get that price point up a little bit more just because this is unique work that people aren't going to find anywhere else. And then get rid of those physical products that are in the shop or create another shop for that and just keep that separated from the digital downloads. Aside from that, I think the shop aesthetic as far as the listings go and the consistency is really good. You just want to get that logo there. Shop sections are all fantastic. Your canned description is really good. Your tags need a little bit of work, but not anything too intensive. And then once you start working through that, I think you're going to see more traffic and more sales because you are in a niche market. It might take a little bit of time to get there, but as you're promoting on social media, you should see an uptick from people who are interested in things like this. So if you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop a comment below or head over to the Facebook group and ask me there. And for those of you that are watching, if you have any comments or questions, do the same. Drop a comment, head over to the Facebook group. We're creating a community of like-minded individuals who are trying to grow their business. And as always, if you got something out of this video, please click on like and subscribe below, as that does keep me motivated to continue making these videos so that way you can grow your business and change your life. I'll catch you guys on the next video.